He's been waiting a while, and he's been up all night. We got to get David in here from Disturbed. They just played the Nokia Theater last night and just rocked. Absolutely
hell of a show.
rocked.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, David?
There he is. How you doing, man?
How are you?
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony program. Have you slept yet?
A little bit.
A little?
Just a little?
You ever up this early or no?
Yeah, I'm actually up this early all the time, believe it or not.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm not
Why?
a big sleeper.
Why?
Oh, you don't sleep in general?
I'll sleep when I die.
Yeah?
How
Too much to do right about now.
How many hours a night you get?
2 to 5.
And you're all right with that?
I have been for about 17 years.
God bless you.
I don't know how you do that. I need like 10, and I never get it.
I don't even remember the last time I got 10.
Really?
Nah.
He's a busy guy, though.
It's a rare night.
So the show went well last night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, show went real well.
I know. I talked to Ben, our producer, who's, he is Mr. Rumor guy, Mr. Gossip guy.
He knows everything.
Yeah, and he was like, it was great. He was so pissed from the stage. A guy in the back wasn't doing anything, and he's lambasting him from the stage. It was fantastic. I guess some guy was...
There's always one guy, and particularly you come to New York City.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you think I'm getting up out of my seat? I am not getting up out of my seat, flipping me off and grabbing his crotch. And, I'm like, oh, that's great. You go ahead, make a spectacle of yourself. And so I singled him out.
It's the one guy that pisses you off, too, right? Because the rest of the crowd was probably just having a great time.
Well, there was this one little pocket that looked like it was like the tastemaker section.
Too cool for the room.
Yeah, and they won't stand up and get into the show and whatever. And it's just, I know some people think it's like pompousness or whatever, but my job as the front man is to get people involved, is to engage them. And if you're sitting down in your seat at a rock show, there's something wrong. If you're not into it, if you're not getting up, if you're not pounding your fists and showing me those devil horns and just going off, then we're not doing something. Either that or you're not digging what's going on.
Right.
So it's my job to kind of light them up a little bit. And the guy was all smiley. He was just happy that somebody was giving him attention.
Acknowledging him.
90% of these people do it just to be able to be noticed.
Yeah.
Hey, I was that guy he singled out. Okay.
Like, why would you show up in the first place if you weren't enjoying the music?
Yeah, well, because maybe they have to, or maybe their girlfriend dragged them there, or maybe, who knows.
What's the mix of the audience? Guys and girls?
Yeah, it's a good mix, actually.
You get that?
Oh, we had this one girl
Here we go.
on top of the audience last night. The most beautiful set of breasts I've seen in a long time.
Wow.
And I've seen quite a few.
On top of the crowd. So
Natural, real
Was she
breasts.
topless?
She, for a little bit.
For a little while, she was flashing them?
Oh, God.
On top of the crowd, though.
I asked her to show me again. And she did.
Of course she
It was
did.
beautiful. It was, they were spectacular.
When they're on top of the crowd, though, you're just looking like, oh, here comes the slaughter. And hands are coming up, and they're getting
Actually, she was
and
just
shit.
like, kind of on some guy's shoulders.
Oh, on the shoulders.
So
she wasn't riding the crowd.
It wasn't surfing. Otherwise, I'd feel really bad for her.
I've seen that happen at a lot of rock
pass
shows.
girls around like bowling balls, giving them the shocker and just kind of passing them to the next guy.
Like she's been violated.
I try not to let them do that. If I see that kind of stuff going on, I say something about it.
But these women have to know. You can't do that at a rock show.
Some of them like
get a little
it.
drunk.
Some of them
like
like
some
it,
of them
sure.
like it. Some of them are just hammered.
Some of them like it.
Some of those summer outdoor shows, they're not wearing much to begin with, and they're just getting violated.
You guys still get a good pit going in front?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's for the kids. That pit's for the kids. I don't remember the last time I got caught up, because I like seeing a band up close, especially before we got into radio. I would just go to shows like a civilian. It wouldn't be in like some section that the radio station had sectioned off or anything, and I'd want to get as close as possible. And I think the last show I actually went to was it was Chili Peppers, STP.
Oh, no, Smashing Pumpkins. And
Pumpkins.
And Pearl Jam.
It was some ridiculous lineup, like before they all just went huge.
Yeah.
And I was right up front, and they start up, and I got caught in some shit that I swear I thought I was going to die. I did not think I was getting out of this alive. It was at Roseland, and just trampled. So I watch now from above and go, get the fuck out.
Yeah, I used to be.
Yeah.
One of those guys in the pit. Oh, yeah. All the time.
Winding up.
Loved it.
Throwing punches.
Now, the minute, they recognize, it's like I lose everything on my person.
Yeah.
They take it off.
You got to rip everything off you. You're a fucking souvenir, man.
Can't do it anymore.
Yeah. We got to say hi to a bunch of people here. Steven in Rockland. What's up, Steven?
Yo, I just want to say, man, Disturbed is like my favorite band to come out in the past probably 10 years. Since Metallica, I fucking love that band.
Thank you
guys are amazing, and I just can't express. I mean, to anybody who's never heard you, they need to go and pick up every one of your albums.
Yeah.
Thank you,
and I appreciate every piece of music that you put out.
Thank you very much, man.
Not bad.
I feel so out of this conversation, too. I just don't know
you
nothing.
are just out of it.
I just know nothing. I apologize.
That's
nothing
all right.
about Disturbed. Everybody's like, Norton's like, you got to get an autograph. You got to tell his mama.
That's a compliment right there, that Jim Norton, who doesn't like anybody, any bands that, unless they've been around for 25 years, he's like, and he loves you guys.
Cool.
I love it. The only problem I have is the speeding tickets.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you hear it a lot. There is something about Disturbed that makes you drive really fast. And,
yes.
and
One
you're
of those
singing,
bands.
you're trying to sing, and you're putting on an angry face, and you're fucking flying down the expressway.
It's music that's meant to, inspire
I got the Disturbed.
power.
Yeah.
I got Disturbed on my iPod, and when I'm not feeling it in the gym, I go right to Disturbed. The next thing you know, I'm pumping like
Soldiers
ridiculous amount.
always tell me,
Yeah.
people serving in the military always are telling me that they're playing our stuff before they go to battle.
You ever see some of the videos that are coming out of there? It's amazing the day and age we live in, where the soldiers over there are taking their camcorders, they're videotaping battles. Fucking battles, man.
Yeah.
And then they either ship them home or they're on their laptops when they get back. They're putting them to music and making music videos out of these battle sequences.
Yeah.
And I've seen a few using your music. And it's kind of twisted and sick. At the same time, it's some of the coolest shit you've ever seen.
Yeah.
I don't like any of the dead body stuff, and unfortunately that's part of the war. I just like the mechanized shit. The explosions. Unfortunately, there are people being blown up.
You sound like Celine Dion now. None of the dead body stuff.
Yeah.
That murder thing. I'm not
it
digging
makes a great music video. I gotta tell you, it's very, very powerful stuff.
I like it too. Actually, I watch the History Channel or.
Oh yeah,
whatever,
all the
and
time, right?
Yeah.
I love it.
Check
Where
it out.
does it come from out of you? Because there seems to be like that, just
The anger, you mean?
rage.
You don't have to look far. I mean, just have your eyes open. It's not like...
Is it personal rage, though, or is it just what you see around you?
It's a combination of things. I mean,
Yeah.
The music is always reflective, or rather the lyric and what I'm writing about is always reflective of the vibe of the music. The music always comes first. So I'm simply basing it on what kind of energy and what kind of vibe the music is giving me and how it makes me feel. So it's not like everything is specifically geared towards anger, but it's healthier that way.
Yeah.
I mean, you sing about, happy horse shit, and it's like, it's just not as fulfilling some of the time. I mean, music is meant to be therapeutic. It's meant to be able to get out your demons and express, your deepest emotional parts of yourself, and it's effective in that way. I mean, that's why it kind of, I'd much rather, get energized by a song than get depressed by one. Even if you're talking about subject matter that is heavy.
Yeah. Well, some of the songs you would think maybe your upbringing was a little off.
My upbringing was unique.
Yeah.
To say the least. I come from a Orthodox Jewish family and kind of had my tour of 5 different high schools as a kid. Most of them were parochial boarding places where only a bunch of guys and big mansion on the lake with a bunch of rabbis in it and have to wear specific dress code, no newspapers, no television, no going to movies, no fraternizing with the opposite sex, praying 3 times a day.
That's
no wonder you're angry.
How you come out of that?
Yeah.
No wonder
That's
you're
the
angry.
the curly Q
Yeah.
Curly Jews.
Did you have those for a while?
Yeah, that's the technical term for it, Patrice.
I never
Thank
had
you. The curly Q.
I never had.
We call them curly fries here. What's wrong with you?
They're called payas.
Yes, right.
And I've never had ones that big, but I used to leave them unshaven back in the day. You know, we're talking like when I was 12 years old or something.
What happened? Did you have some kind of awakening where you were like, this isn't quite where I want to...
I studied Judeo-Christian theology for 17 years, and I just never found the elements within, to be perfectly honest with you, any aspect of organized religion that just did anything for me significant enough to make me have any sort of awakening. I'm spiritual. I believe that there is a God or a power or whatever you want to call it, Mother Nature. It doesn't matter what you attribute to it, but it's not a business. And people have no business making it a business. If I had my way, you know, there would be no organized religion. Religion shouldn't be organized.
Yeah, somehow someone figured out how to parlay someone's hope and faith into a money-making venture.
Yeah.
I don't know when that happened or how, but...
I'll never forget the first time I walked into the Vatican and just seeing this tremendous, you know, just example of just capitalism in religion. Yeah. All this gold, all this money, everything that's so showy. You know, it's like, God, does God need this? What is this for? How does this help me in my life?
Yeah, where it should be a humble place.
Melt it down. Yeah. Take the money, give it to the hungry, give it to the poor, do something good with it. You know, I mean, the single largest landowning organization in the entire world.
Yeah.
Catholic Church. You know, and they're not, you know, there's a song on the record called Deify, and it's about making a god out of a human being. It's about attributing godlike qualities to somebody who's just normal like you and me, and the dangers of that. And people just need to be so careful. I mean, I'm not knocking anybody's faith. I'm not knocking anybody's beliefs, but, you know, that evangelistic kind of stuff that goes on where, you know, people go ahead and donate their entire houses and their family, you know, life savings and stuff to, you know, save their soul is just really sad. It's a great selling tactic that somebody actually came up with. That whole idea of, do X, Y, and Z and your soul's saved, you're redeemed.
Yeah. I think a lot of artists don't. You find that with artists. Every artist, you know, even a lot of comics and musicians, they believe in that. That's what that you believe in something because you don't want to be, in case there's a god, a dude, a white guy with a beard, you don't want to be like, fuck that. I'm like, hey, I don't believe in shit, but you believe because it is. It's like you just believe because it is a belief. So you know it's something bigger, but you don't want to go. Like, why am I putting this money in this little pot to give to God? Am I giving this shit to God? Or
the rules that are written out, and it was all just people writing the rules, and, you know, I'm sure
St. Paul was a really good, you know, inventive writer. He came up with that whole New Testament idea.
So, David, can I go to your
religion?
You're David, right? Yeah. Am I safe at your shows? Let's be honest.
Are you safe?
I mean, you know, if I go there, is it
what
a lot
are you worried about?
Listen, let's be honest.
Be honest.
Not me. I know I'm a big motherfucker.
Safer than going to the Source Awards
but I'm
or
saying,
somewhere.
I know it sounds like they have a lot, but I'm saying, is it, you know.
Come out with it.
Yeah, is it like is it like
are
those march pits? Yeah,
is it white boy music?
Shows and be safe?
Are you trying to say?
Me feel like I'm the fucker.
Are you trying to say?
Can I go there and I'm like,
Disturbed's more than white boy music.
I'm not trivializing his fucking music. I'm just saying.
You'd actually be really surprised seeing the range of people that actually come to the show.
Try to say some shit, man.
It's a pretty broad range of people. I mean, it's all walks of life, all colors of skin, all ages. I mean, we get all kinds of people coming into the shows. That's the beautiful thing about a rock show. It's not denominational on any level, at least not ours. You come in, you're accepted for who you are. The whole idea is this is the gathering of the freaks. This is the gathering of everybody in life who has to worry about everyone else's eyes on them every moment of their life. You come into the one room, you're next to everybody, you feel everybody's heat, you feel everybody's sweat, you join in this gigantic spectacle of just, you know, expelling power. And it's intoxicating. That's what any good show should be for, but particularly ours. I mean, and you don't have to be in the pit.
Well, can I start off in the press box just to take a look?
Take a look
from up above.
Can I peek down there?
All right, maybe I'll go in that section.
You're going to see some energy down below. These guys beat the crap out of each other in the
That's
pit.
what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say it's racist, but there's just because from what I'm hearing, it's like you're saying, it makes people drive fast. It's like there's some energy release.
Yeah.
And anytime I see that kind of music, energy release, it has something to do with what is it? Rohona, or Rwana, whatever those groups where it's like when you see white boys in energy, it's just like I shouldn't be.
It's a totally different type of
might happen.
It's just our music.
It might turn on to you.
I can say nigga, like black people can say what's up nigga, and white people, what's up nigga. It's like can I go out there and go death to the law, and they're like, is this nigga doing a? Is this a nigga doing a devil horn?
You'll be laughed at, but no one will hurt you.
You wouldn't be the first one, bro.
There's some nigga devil horns going on.
Oh yeah, plenty,
man.
plenty.
This nigga's doing devil horns.
You gotta get into it.
In fact, I would say without any shadow of a doubt that at every single performance there are some.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Really?
Everyone. I'm not exaggerating
David,
on any level.
I got to ask you about Land of Confusion.
Sure.
But, I read all the trades and stuff. I'm like, wow, Disturbed's doing Land of Confusion. I'm like, what?
And that's a huge song at the shows.
Can I listen to a little bit of that? Y'all keep saying
hold on, because I want to, finish this thought. And then I heard it. I was like, holy crap, this is awesome.
Thank you.
I mean, but how do you go from, we're going to cover a Genesis song and then turn it into something?
Well,
you know what I mean? It seems like that could have fell on, you could have fell on your face with that one.
Yeah. Well,
because Land of Confusion had a little as poppy as Genesis got.
You know what it was? The cover of Shout kind of probably gave you a little more leeway with.
Yeah, but we didn't do anything with it. We didn't have any intentions of doing anything with it. With Shout, it was more one of those things that we did when we were still just a little baby club band, and we needed to sometimes fill up.
Filler.
Yeah, we needed 3 hours of material. We didn't have enough original material, so instead of just playing, your typical Sabbath and Maiden and whatever else, we'd throw in there. We'd go left to center some of the time, and we would want to take something that was nothing like us and make it our own.
No disrespect. Again, I'm just trying to learn this thing. And so Shout, which Shout is it?
Tears for Fears?
Tears for Fears.
Shout, Let It All.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that's a huge song in the 80s.
And Land of Confusion.
That's Genesis. You
going to play just a drop of that?
That's Genesis when they were really getting...
What's the melody of it?
Do we have the original?
Another video with the Ronald Reagan puppet.
Yeah, but the song is not
Margaret Thatcher puppet.
Oh, so you did a remake of the This Is the Word. That's okay. And then, but your remake is to another.
It's a little different.
It's just
a little.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we play just a little piece of that?
Stop trying to make me a dick. I'm trying to I don't know it all, so I'm trying to learn.
All right, here's the original.
All
just a little piece of the original. Genesis, Land of Confusion. You know this song.
How many times did you have to listen to the original?
Too many.
Too many.
So what was the inspiration from this that made you go, I like to remake this?
Danny, my guitar player, was watching, some old school video stuff one day, and the video with all the puppets came on with Reagan about to push the button thinking he's calling for room service.
Yeah.
So he, called me and we talked about it, and at first I was actually really adverse to it because I don't like Phil Collins at all, so with all due respect, I know we're doing this song, but I'm just not into the vibe and
what vibe?
Well, and I've just heard things about the guy, and I just didn't want to have anything to do with it at first, and then I started thinking, like, well, listen to the lyrics. It's very poignant for today's times. It fits. The whole theme of their video makes sense with today's cast of characters too. And the more we started working on it musically, I started coming up with ideas for how I'd approach things vocally. That little keyboard line that you hear in there lends itself very easily to a guitar riff. And
is he getting paid? Phil?
Publishing-wise, yeah, he will be.
From this song?
Well, just for being on the record, there will be a mechanical royalty thing.
Have you heard anything from any of the guys in
I don't care. Doesn't matter. I mean, if they like it, great. If they don't, also great. It makes no difference.
You want to hear what?
Yeah, let me hear.
All right, you want to hear what they did with that?
Definitely.
All right, listen to this, man. Listen to the vocals, though, man.
Too, it's
Thank
like
you
got it's real because I thought it was gonna be that growling shit, but it's smooth. It's kind of I don't want to get
cool that you've never heard Disturbed. So you're getting like a fresh opinion.
I don't want to get into a fight with Dave, but he sounds like an edgy Phil Collins. I ain't bullshitting. No, it's just it's a Phil Collins. It's not. It's just rocky. Phil Collins. You feel what I'm trying to say?
Phil Collins on steroids.
Yeah. And the lyrics, goddamn, I didn't even realize. It so makes sense as far as today goes.
Yeah. Is that the closing bit? Or that's the opener? Is that what's that? The
in
big,
the show, you mean?
In
or
the show,
yeah. In the show, it's somewhere in the middle.
Oh, really? Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I like the guitar on that one, man.
Yeah.
That just
That's a good song, man. I like
amazing.
that.
All right.
God damn.
A lot of people want in here. Let's say hi to Paul in Texas. Paul, what's up?
Oh, David, how you doing, man? I'm so glad to hear you on the radio again.
Good to be here.
Hey, listen, man, a couple things I'm going to hit on real quick, and I'm going to shut up.
Sure.
I'm so glad you guys came out with a new album. I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Thank you, brother.
That track 12 on Believe, you need to let them hear that Patrice hear that, because he don't have shit, because you have got a beautiful voice.
Thank you,
brother.
Down.
That is,
Thank you. You're talking about Darkness, yeah?
Amen, brother. That is my favorite song.
Thank you, brother.
You got a good voice, man. Really nice.
Yeah, there's a couple of different styles your voice has. There definitely. There's one song. Goddamn, I can't remember. Off of the first album, or at least the one before the last one. Was that your first album?
The Sickness,
yeah. Mm-hmm. It almost had like an 80s sound to it, and your voice, your style of singing in that one is a lot cleaner. Yeah.
I think of which one.
I know, me and my great memory.
Probably Numb.
Let's go to...
I think it was, okay.
Let's go to Brother Joe. Brother Joe.
Hey, gentlemen, what's going on?
Hey, man.
What's up, Brother Joe?
You know what, man? I don't know. I wanted to ask David, were you actually going for a Phil Collins sounding vocal on that? Because, I mean, with all due respect, I mean, you know...
There you go. Thanks, dude. Oh, shit.
You guys are fantastic. You guys are unbelievable, man. I mean, I dig the band, but the whole not digging Phil Collins thing, your voice has very similar qualities to Collins on that one cut.
Yeah, well...
I'm in the studio. You got to do the hands back. I'm not being offensive, kind of... You know,
don't
punch me.
Here's the thing.
I thought it was gonna be learned off but it's smooth.
I don't sing that way on.
No, he really doesn't.
Any of the songs.
All right.
We're not.
You
we're not Cookie Monster metal.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like Cookie Monster. But no, I'm saying before I heard, and that's my prejudging of what sound I was gonna hear, as opposed to the sound I heard, which is I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like,
an amazing version.
Here's the thing with it is that his range is just very easy for me to hit, and tonally, he doesn't have a bad voice. I never was saying that he was, but hopefully I sound a little bit more like a man.
Yeah, you sound like edgy, just like Phil Collins that lived. You know what I mean?
Like Phil Collins' voice on steroids.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey,
it definitely had Collins, attributes.
Hey, Brother Joe, on a side note, you got to call back maybe tomorrow because I finally saw a Tribute.
Yeah.
Brother Joe turned us on to this movie Tribute, David, a whole documentary on tribute bands.
The one with the Kiss guy that threw himself through his living room window?
Yeah, the Kiss guy got so into the Gene Simmons character that it fucked up his whole life, and he was starting to believe he was really Gene Simmons, so he lit his whole house on fire. The fire department said this wasn't an accident. It looks like this guy lit a fire in every room in his house, and then he crashed through the front window.
Are you guys tribute band? Tribute band level
there are
already?
Disturbed tribute bands out there, right?
There's I don't even know how many.
I'm really apologizing.
Have you seen any?
I'm sorry, man.
Have I seen? I've seen a couple.
You have?
There will be.
Like live?
There's actually tribute CDs.
Yeah.
The tribute thing is blowing up.
We even actually have an orchestral tribute to the band too, like the string tribute to Disturbed.
Have you ever seen, gone into a club where one of them was playing and stood there and watched and freaked the guys out?
Yeah. One time in Boston.
Did they just lose their minds?
They kind of got really nervous. That's okay.
That's cool.
But, Brother Joe, we'll talk about Tribute a little more tomorrow because there were so many great things in this documentary.
Yeah, there's a lot of moments that would make for good radio on that thing. I'll give you guys a call tomorrow.
All right.
This is a very inspirational wall you guys have here.
Yeah, the wall o' chicks.
God, that was when Christina was so hot.
Yep. Well, we got Christina hot, and then even
guess which
Brittany
one
hot.
isn't like the others.
It's kind of hard to separate them. Blondes are blondes.
Well, you better look at that wall.
What's her name? Lohan?
No, look a little closer. There's one picture that doesn't really belong on the wall.
That is put there as a trick.
We got a wall of...
This one here?
Which one?
Right there.
The one with the...
With the penis?
Yeah.
The dick.
That's a little frightening.
That's
dude.
for Jim Norton.
That's a little frightening.
Yeah, our little buddy Jimmy Norton.
Let me tell you, there's nothing in the world worse than false advertising, man.
Absolutely.
I would probably lose my damn mind if I was ever caught in a situation like that. Ever.
Never.
I once, spoofed some buddies of mine who were like, we were up in a club in Chicago, a place called Crowbar, and he was just like all over these two trannies that I knew were trannies. And I kind of let him go for a while. And he's like making out with two of them at the same time, feeling like, king of the world or whatever. And about, but I couldn't let him go home with him. Because, I'm like, all right, it's a joke until you get home. And all of a sudden, they whip out the kibbles and bits, and
that is really good.
The repercussions. Of that.
So many people asking. You probably get this all the time too. Dropping plates on your ass.
Yeah,
people want to know.
Well, you probably know the term. I mean, dropping plates is actually something that is a hip hop industry term. When you're saying that you're making hit records, you say that you're dropping plates. So it's I didn't invent it,
right?
But I liked how it fit, so you just say, hey, we're making records, we're doing it, we're dropping plates on your ass, bitch.
Anthony, let me ask you, right, is it how offensive, like the fact that I've never heard of Disturbed, right? What on the level of like a white guy not hearing of a hip hop artist, how high is that? Like, is that like if somebody says, Jay-Z, and the guy goes, no? Is it at that level?
No.
I would say in hip hop, yeah, Jay-Z probably. Yeah.
Right, if I go, hey, you know Jay-Z, and somebody goes, nah. And is that how fucking stupid I sound going? I never heard of Disturbed?
We're the biggest underground band in the world. And it's like we've sold about 7+ million worldwide.
Are you just starting to get the
selling out stadiums all over the place?
Oh no. We do when we do our own big headlining tour. It's typically like hockey arena kind of size places. If you kind of get
like the Madison Square, the theater at Madison Square Garden, or bigger than that.
It sounds about right.
Are you getting the people though starting to motherfucking sell out, man?
Oh, whenever you go beyond the point of being somebody's own little treasure,
right?
It changes.
They get pissed.
It's kind of like you lending out your ex-girlfriend. She was mine originally. Now everybody gets to partake. It just pisses people off.
We got a lot of questions coming in. Nate in Brooklyn. Nate.
Hey, good morning, guys. I've been waiting to hear David Draiman on your show for so long. David, I'm a huge fan, but one of my best friends swears he went to yeshiva in Neve with you. Is that true?
It's probably true. In Israel.
Yeah, he's in Telstone.
What's his name?
Leib Lippman.
It sounds familiar, yeah.
Yeah, he was one of my best. He swears, and he said he knew you were going to be huge way back when you guys, it was like 92 or 93 or something like that.
Oh, how could he know? I wasn't even doing anything then.
He said, no, he was a drummer, and he said you and a couple of other guys, you had a band together. He said,
okay.
form a band with him.
In Israel?
Yeah, this was in a yeshiva in Israel.
Yeah, when I was 18.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome. You guys rock, man.
Thanks,
right, Nate.
Take care.
Oh, yeah. The Richard Cheese stuff.
Yeah, Richard Cheese.
This is great.
You've heard of this?
No.
From the Dawn of the Dead.
Richard Cheese.
He did a remake of a song on Dawn of the Dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, listen to this. Just a piece.
Does a lounge version of Down with the Sickness.
Shit.
Which Dawn of the Dead? There's 10 million of these fucking movies.
The new one.
The one with
Come on, get down with the sickness.
Bing Rames is in it.
Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and let it flow into me. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You mother, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Madness is the gift that has been given to me. I can see inside.
How great is that?
Fucking guy, he could have easily been Rod Stewart if he just took a wrong turn and shit. Fuck, he turned right into like rock, man. It's like this guy really got a great voice, man. Really good voice, man.
That's Dick Cheese.
Yeah.
That's a guy named Richard
Isn't that
Cheese.
nice?
That's
covering
not you.
one.
No,
it's covering one of his songs.
Oh, it's a guy covering one. I thought that was them fucking doing the fucking shit.
Fuck no, dude.
This was
Holy
this guy
crap.
does covers of all kinds of rock
What the fuck you want from me, nigga? I'm trying to learn about the goddamn shit.
The dude is laughing at you now, like, man, you don't know shit.
I'm trying to figure out why this extreme
Not
fighter
you, David.
this dude.
There's an extreme fighter in the studio. Just
This dude looks
making sure everything goes okay here.
He has the I'm not coming to his concert mustache. Once a motherfucker has the Fu Man, when white boys get the Fu Manchu and shave the beard in the middle,
they got a little something behind that that you don't want to know about.
Security.
And he's with David, right?
Oh, he's making sure everything's
with
okay.
And he's right behind me, motherfucker. I'm an entertainer too. I'm not trying to rob Dave. I'm just don't.
You don't know shit.
You don't know me. Choke him. Oh shit.
You never heard Down with the Sickness?
No.
Oh my God. Now we got to give you a piece of Down with the Sickness. We got to teach you all about Disturbed today.
Yeah, this is
He's getting an education.
All right, as we get that song queued up or whatever, let's say hi to Wendy. Wendy.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, David. I
Hi,
just wanted
Wendy.
to let you know, first of all, you have a sexy voice.
Thank you.
And I saw you 3 years ago at Ozfest in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
I have a question.
Sure.
I ran into a roadie named Randy. Zephyr, I think is his last name. Do you know him?
No, I can't place the name.
Big,
Go ahead.
fat, ugly, sweaty guy.
Yeah, that's one of many, darling.
Yeah.
It's a roadie.
Well, my friend, well, she wasn't my friend, flew him to get backstage to see you. Now, I wouldn't...
You never hear
Happened
that.
before.
Yeah, I would not do that. I mean, he was just so gross. I couldn't. I wanted to see you and all, but I couldn't do it. And my friend got to meet you, and
Life
it really
of a fucking
sucked.
rock star, huh?
Yeah,
And the
I
road
know.
crew.
I know, and you probably don't even remember her now.
Are you sure she actually met me? Because
Yeah, she
typically
said-
I don't...
Actually, she said she had her picture taken with you.
Okay, well, that sounds right.
Her name was
picture.
Paula.
Ain't
She
that
had
a
all these
bitch?
little braids in
So
her
that shit
hair.
really happens where you got to blow the roadies and stuff.
Oh, yeah. And
Yeah, the
he-
roadies are getting the action.
Oh, yeah, he's disgusting.
And listen to Miss.
Well,
I don't
it all
do anything.
it all depends on what kind of action you're looking for.
Ah.
You know, I mean,
And
how long ago are we talking about here?
3 years.
3 years ago?
And how did the conversation go down?
How did the conversation go down?
Yeah.
Well, that I'm not sure because it's so loud I couldn't really hear.
I'll suck your dick to me, Dave.
Yeah,
that's pretty much the conversation.
Hi, big fat sweaty guy. I'll suck your dick to me, Dave.
And
Thanks.
And where did the dick sucking take place?
I don't know. I didn't want to watch.
She fucking knows. You hear me?
You know everything. It wasn't your friend. It was you.
Yeah, your
You,
friend.
that sweaty mouth dick.
Do you remember my friend?
It's always a friend.
My
took
friend
a picture. She took a picture with you.
It's all good, sweetie.
Yeah, if it was me, you'd remember me, baby.
All right. Well, you got a question for David besides that, or?
Oh, no. I just wanted to see if he knew this Randy guy because this
All right.
dude called me and he said he was friends with you and all that. And
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, if I had $1 for every guy that's gotten laid,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Unreal.
You want to hear a little bit of Down with the Sickness, the real version? All right, hit that.
Yeah, you know what it is? This is the problem, and this is the problem cross-culturally. It's like people go, oh, that's a great little rap song, you know, well, I like that. But never go, who is that? They just go, I like that.
I like
and
that.
I just, I like that. Don't give a fuck who did it. Some white guy somewhere. It's Disturbed. Now I know.
Now you fucking know. Pass it on.
Good one. Good group, whoever.
Tell the brothers in the community.
Yeah.
Let's go to Tracy in Jersey. Tracy.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Hey, David, I love you. You were phenomenal. I love the band. I just had to tell you, don't be too hard on that Shout cover that you did. You guys are like downplaying me. You just did it at Source of the Club. In our house, that's starter Disturbed. I've got a 4-year-old who's been rocking out to that, and he just loves it.
Cool.
A 4-year-old son.
Nothing wrong with that.
He's turned 6 now, and he heard the Tears for Fears version of it the other day, and he just didn't like it.
Started crying.
What's this? It's not hard enough.
Good.
All right.
Great.
Thank you.
So much.
All right, let's go to Louisiana. Paul, what's up?
Hey, David, you did a deal on the Playboy channel about 2 years ago. I watched. You were taking pictures of one of the Playmates, right?
Yeah.
And you were saying something to her that they would not say, but she kept going, I wish he'd stop. He's making me blush. What the hell were you saying?
You want to know what I was saying?
That girl red as an apple.
Yeah,
I would not say it.
I can do that sometimes. I was just trying.
I wouldn't know.
I was just trying to inspire her to get a little sexier with me, bro. I went up to her. I started whispering in her ear. I said, "Pretend there's no one else in the room. Pretend it's you and me, and pretend it's about 3 drinks in." And just relax and pretend like you're doing this for me. Forget everybody else in the room. You're doing this for me, and you're building me up to the point where we're going to finish this. And I was just talking about that kind of stuff, and she was all about it. And it's very unfortunate that her kind of boyfriend was hovering over the whole situation.
Ah, shit.
You're not married?
Oh no.
Smart man.
Oh no. Look at that, right?
Smart man.
Right?
Smart fucking man.
What do you think of the rock stars that get married?
God bless them. I mean, man,
fuck that.
Well, three of the guys in my band are, either ready or on the way.
Are potentially ready to give away half of what you've made as a band.
It's not about that.
Why be a rock star?
You get to a certain place in your life,
crying on the bus,
and where all of the backstage craziness and whatever, it does get old after a while. I mean, I'm nowhere near the kind of dog that I used to be when. First Ozfest, when the record first came out, things blew up, and you're kind of like a kid in a candy store. I mean, we used to have contests, me and guys, how many girls we could bang in a day. And it would be me and 2 other guys on Ozfest just neck and neck. And I think the most I ever did in one day was 6. And it's just
right.
And that was when you were just trying to do numbers, but that kind of passed relatively quickly.
Yeah.
And these days, and I was always safe. I don't want to die doing this.
And everybody has to have an AIDS disclaimer these days. Condoms on now.
Hey,
I'm not sick.
You know something? You'd be surprised how many girls are willing to just
go raw.
Boom, and it's so wrong.
They hate rubbers worse than we do.
Yeah, but something? I hate VD worse than they do, so it's all right. But
I'm not done fucking until... My fuck career is not done until I can like continuously fuck mixed girls, like half Asian, half Hawaiian bitches. When I can get those bitches to just fuck me, you know, what are you, baby? I'm Mongolian and fucking Russian. Good. And I can fuck them, then my fuck career, my fuck thing is over. That's when I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to concentrate on my career.
Yeah. You get to a certain point, though, where you're more discerning.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm very, very picky.
You had them all, right?
I've had my share.
Enough.
Half Mongolian, half...
I like different ethnicities. I like...
And you don't have to use the sheet when you have sex?
Oh, no.
The sheet. Hey, man, we all saw Curb Your Enthusiasm. I had no idea that was going on until I watched Curb Your Enthusiasm.
That's a bunch of nonsense. It doesn't actually have...
Sheet through the sex through the sheet with one hole.
There's one or two ultra crazy Orthodox sects of Hasidic Jewry living in Israel. Like there's a group called the Satmar Hasidim.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some of them that will utilize that method because it's still a matter of, just trying to be demure and humble and just not throw everything out there. But the whole point of sex is to be able to get turned on. The whole point of sex is to see your wife or your significant other's body and let that be inspirational to you. Otherwise, how do you keep things going? I wouldn't be any good fucking a sheet. You know, I mean, it's
the sheet. That is one of those things that have it's stayed in urban legend.
It's just legend.
Yeah.
I mean, literally. I mean, believe me, I've got like 200 some odd relatives still living in Israel. A lot of them are Hasidic. A lot of them are very religious. None of them.
No sheet.
No.
You drive through Brooklyn.
It's not like I ask all of them, hey, you've been fucking through the sheet lately? But, it's...
You drive through Brooklyn with a friend, and they'll be, hey, you see that fucking guy? You know, he's got to fuck her through a sheet. It's always got this. Someone's always got a fucking story, you know?
Yeah.
Let's go to Mike in Jersey. Mike, what's up?
Hey, I want to ask Dave, back on the music of, music as a weapon?
Sure.
He got on stage at Asbury, and some dude got messed up in the pit, and you actually stopped the show. Were you actually going to stop it? Because I was yelling and screaming down, you ain't got a hair in your ass to stop this show with all these people.
Oh, yeah. I'll stop it at a moment's notice. I'll stop it for any reason that's valid. The last thing you want to see is somebody get hurt. But, I'll stop the show for... somebody being insolent. I'll stop the show if they're being too gropey with the girls on top of the crowd. I mean, there's certain times when you need to pull people in check, and this music has a tendency to, like I said, to let the animal out of people. And you gotta be careful sometimes and pull back on the reins.
Right on.
And the second question was, did you choose Starland for the tour?
Personally, no. We went ahead and when we did this whole Jägermeister run, part of what we set up is we wanted to make sure that instead of going into big rooms all over the country and doing one night, that we do multiple nights in small venues. So Starland was actually a venue that I dug from the last time that we played there about a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I was certainly into it, but I personally don't choose the venues. I kind of leave that to the agents.
Sonny Forelli from Boston, a faithful listener of the show, asked Dave about the reporter that called him a white supremacist. Did that go down?
A Jewish white supremacist?
Isn't that funny?
Is delicious.
Yeah.
I want to hear this one.
I love it. No, not what she said was that I was part of the show. I have people put their fists in the air.
Okay.
That's part of the concert experience. And they're thinking fists in the air is some sort of, Nazi rally sign.
Some guy had carpal tunnel syndrome but couldn't close his fist. Just did one of these, like, all right.
Fucking Nuremberg,
Bunch of nonsense.
Unbelievable.
I've gotten into more fights in my lifetime, physical fights, with neo-Nazis probably than anybody else on the planet.
Really?
I in my youth, that's all I did. And Chicago used to have a bunch of them. I don't know if you remember back in the days, in the late 70s, there was that march in Skokie, Illinois, of the white supremacists. There used to be a lot of them. And I used to wear the skull cap and the whole 9 yards. It was very, I had no problem showing my Jewish heritage.
Right. That's fucking great.
And I remember one time going to... little kid, just going to the arcade. Got my allowance, was going to go play some video games.
Have a little fun.
And, these two well, neo-Nazi skinheads. You know, they scope me out. I'm on my way out of the arcade, and they're like, "Hey, Jew boy, you look like you got a lot of money there." And, you know, one guy comes behind me, grabs me by my arms, and, you know, the other guy starts to, you know, trying to get the wallet out of my pocket after he, you know, gave me a nice little fist to the face. So I ducked down, lifted my heel into the guy behind me's balls, went to my bicycle, pulled off my bicycle chain, and proceeded to whip the living shit out of these guys until there was blood all over me.
That's the anger, baby. There
blood all over the floor.
That is the fucking anger right there.
I go home, I race home on the bike. I come home, I got blood all over me. My mother's like, "Oh my God, what happened to you?" I'm like, "It's not my blood." Don't worry.
That's great.
There's nothing that chaps my ass more than, you know, these ignorant, hateful bastards that have no reason to exist on this planet. I think every time that there's a Nazi demonstration or a march that there should be a little bit of napalm dropped on the area. They don't deserve to live.
Is that when you listen to a song?
You want to talk about a final solution.
But without them, we don't have Disturbed. Those two dudes made you the fucking anger we have today.
I would never give them that credit.
Yeah, there's plenty of things to be angry about.
KKK made me funny.
Who are you directing a song like Enemy? Who is that? Is that
Enemy
more...
is a song about. It's the name of the song is actually Conflict, but Enemy is repeated a million times in the song. So, but the song is about war. People who look for an excuse to go to war. People who, you know, are always trying to find a reason, making everybody out to be an enemy, finding one within yourself, that you are actually the real catalyst for it, because you're just looking for another person to fight.
Right. Yeah, that's another great song. If I may kiss your ass again.
Thank you.
So obviously you voted for Bush.
No. Oh, that poor stupid man. We have an illiterate.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Unable to speak, warmongering, deal-making, terrorist harboring.
You must got a few songs on him, right?
Deify. That song I spoke about earlier starts out with an excerpt from Bush's 9/11 speech. It's exactly case in point. You idolize somebody, you make a god out of them, you attribute to them supernatural powers. After 9/11, everybody wanted Bush to come and save us and protect us and keep us safe, and we were willing to waive our rights and waive our freedoms and do anything that's necessary to do that. And, you know, it continues to shock me every day of my existence, the tremendous just bit of forgery and how he's worked over the American people.
The saddest
to
thing
buy into all of this
isn't
shit.
The people that were bamboozled at the beginning, because I was one of those people. I was bamboozled. I listened to the speeches, I watched the UN presentation, I did all that. The sad part is the people that still, after shit comes out and you absorb it from different things, the internet, newspapers, the news, just what you're reading, what you see on TV, any information you can get, and you use your own mind to kind of fill in the blanks, and you're still walking around toting the company line and just...
It's called denial.
Yeah, it goes beyond denial, though. It's like, at least denial, there's somewhere in the back of your head that you're going, I know this is bullshit, but I just got to, this is what the truth is. There are people that just completely still believe all the shit and will never waver.
Yeah, well, there are people who believe in war in general. You know, people who just love war, who love looking for a reason, who love feeling like the tough kid on the block.
There's a line there, though, because there are instances where war is necessary. And there are people that believe that you should never, ever go to war.
War is the last resort. War is not something that you use to facilitate things.
Right.
And, you know, the reasons just kept changing.
The reason for the war cannot keep changing.
First, we're going to go ahead and find, you know, every single aspect of Al-Qaeda on the planet.
Yeah.
You know, then, you know, that changes to, while we're there, I think something's going on with Saddam Hussein. Let's go ahead and see about...
A lot of weapons.
Yeah. Then,
all right, we'll look for those.
Then it goes to liberating Iraq, which was not, as far as I knew, under occupation to be liberated.
Wow.
Then, and then we're going to go ahead and make sure that they have a democratic society, mind you, which has not existed in an Arabic culture in 3,000 years. Okay, but we're going to
pull
ahead.
it off this time.
Of course. Be quiet. It's just
we're due, people. We're due.
It's supremacism. It's us pretending that our way of life is better than theirs, which have existed for centuries, and going in and saying maybe they don't want our way of life. Maybe they're happy the way they are. Maybe they're happy with having a Islamic fundamentalist leader that's somebody that their masses can actually believe in, as opposed to elections and so on and so forth. They don't necessarily want all
that's fine as long as they leave us the fuck alone.
That's the operative point of it.
Because if you put a religious fundamentalist in, odds are they're going to rally their people based on a hatred.
Saddam wasn't a fundamentalist, though, wasn't
No.
Saddam
wasn't fucking
Saddam was probably the lesser of two evils, to be perfectly honest.
The guy, I don't remember him ever doing anything that really put a direct threat to the United States of America. Kuwait, fine, he's threatening his neighbors a little,
the only threat there ever was to Israel.
People.
The only threat there ever was to Israel, and it's sad that they're in the middle of this whole thing, because it's always a matter of, it always comes back to, well, we're going to push the Jews into the sea. We're going to
great choice of real estate, by the way, over there, Israel.
Hey, let me tell you, us Jews, we know where to buy.
Now, do you think Bush?
Hell was wrong with Peru?
You think like Bush hears a song that deify, and it's like he's like, fuck this dirt. They don't know what the fuck I'm doing out here.
Nothing would make me more proud.
Reaches his ears like
pop that in the presidential limo. Listen to that. Hate that guy. Fuck him.
Let's go to
I don't think he's ever heard of it.
Bob the trucker. Bob,
how you doing, guys?
Pretty good, Bob.
This is one of the most intelligent rockers I've ever heard. I've only heard the snippets of Land of Confusion on your program, but
yeah, we come out of breaks with Land of Confusion stuff.
A whole new band I can like.
Nah, you got to buy the whole collection, man. You'll love the music.
I'm going to go find it.
Absolutely.
And I want to tell Patrice that he's filling in for me. I don't know Disturbed very well, so he shouldn't feel embarrassed. He's helping me discover this band too.
All right, right on, Bob.
See how I bring everybody together.
All right, cool. All right. Well, we should let you go, Dave.
All right, brother.
We got a couple things. We got a pair of tickets to the show tonight, the Jägermeister Disturbed COC show at the Nokia Theater in Times Square. We'll give a pair of tickets to someone that's in the area on the phone lines, okay? And what Disturbed song you want us to play today? Anything?
Why don't you play the new one that's coming out, Just Stop?
Just Stop?
That's the new single.
Number 2, right?
This one's dedicated to Lizard Man.
What's this song about?
Lizard Man out there.
Yeah, it's about those people in life that are always looking for a reason to criticize, always looking for something to pick on with you.
Ooh. Shit.
Wow. It's Patrice O'Neill.
To me. It's dedicated to me.
Jimmy, all you comic fucking insecure bastards.
Fucking hack comedian.
The new CD is 10,000 Fists. Dave, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good show tonight, okay?
Cool.
And we'll play Just Stop here. Disturbed, everyone. We'll be back with the Opie and Anthony program.